have been lost to KwaZulu-Natal's neglected and dilapidated rail infrastructure. Businesses say the province's economy continues to be hammered as repairs stall. Last year's chaotic and deadly floods damaged quite a lot of rail infrastructure. That, of course, resulted in vital rail corridors being shut indefinitely and, of course, the knock-on impact on the ports. eNCA's Lethiwe Mdluli has the story.
The decline in KwaZulu-Natal's rail network not only affects commuters, it occurs for the local economy. The province's Trade and Investment Department says the closure of the vital Cato-Reach main line last year has cost businesses over 64 billion rand.
Financial loss in terms of the route estimated about 64 billion, looking at the Transnet numbers. That really impacts on the KZN economy, and of course we're the second largest contributor to the economy, and that in itself is too huge in terms of an impact.
The department's Neville Mankey says they've seen a huge decline in profits.
After the floods of last year, it took them about 5 weeks to have one line operational, back in operation, which really we realized 5 trains a day moving within that. By the end of September, they had opened both lines to increase the capacity, but they were still running on a manual operation. From the business side, that more can be done, and what we need is a better coordination between national and provincial, including all stakeholders that are involved.
The Transport Department says it's engaging rail companies Transnet and PRASA to address the many challenges. At the moment, most cargo is transported by trucks.
There are 2 major ports in the province, Richards Bay and Durban. Now, it is impacting on the economy of the province and ultimately the economy of the country. We are, however, encouraged by the fact that there's been some restoration after the floods of some of the strategic commuter lines in Durban and in areas surrounding KwaZulu-Natal, which is quite encouraging. It is a matter that we are engaged with, and we are hopeful that once it is resolved, we'll then be able to relocate most of the goods from road to rail, which is part of the long-term strategy of government.
Meanwhile, PRASA says it's made progress in repairing broken down infrastructure, but admits that progress is slow.
There is some improvement. You can see PRASA is busy. I'm also busy engaging stakeholders, introducing contractors. It's quite an exciting era, so that we can say that by next year, because our deadline is November. By November, we need to make sure that everything is running. As I say, remember that we are a government entity. There are procedures that need to be followed. There are committees that need to sit so that we do everything by the book.
Lethiwe Mdluli, Durban.